Hey, Shalom Akim. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakadash, Barakatam. Love honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Grim Eternal well, to the Akim and the Falcons of the earth. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Short lesson for the hopeful elect. Yeah, so I got a couple of results, as per Esau's drive to build up his chest of technology he can use to dominate the world and have total control. And that idea of a drone is very, 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 very important to note down. And that's exactly, why, you have to fear the Lord, because he was the one that gave Esau this technology. So you could imagine what the Lord has in his armory. All right. So I'm going to read from the book of Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. It says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Yep. So it's going to be interesting, man. The more you look into the precepts and you understand what the will of the Lord is, you just, sit back and just laugh at Esau struggling, to build up his system of warfare. All right. So when you look into these ideas and all these events concerning conquering the air, dominating space, that's all the will of the Lord. It's a fulfillment of prophecy that Esau has to be able to achieve that through the hands of the Lord. And that's a requirement or a request, a prerequisite for other things to take place. All right, because the Lord does certain things, all things, in fact, all things in order. All right. The Most High is not the author of confusion. All right. Everything is according to his plans. All right. So that's how Esau was able, to build up his system of searching out the heavens, NASA, and all that. He's got weather satellites and all, different types. It's got satellites for all these communication companies. It's got satellites for its military-industrial complex. In fact, I'll just wrap it up as military-industrial complex, because all the satellites it's got is to keep himself in power. All right. So the book of Job, chapter 33. I'm going to read that from verse 14 to 17. For the Most High speaketh once, yes, twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, in slumberings upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. All right? So the Most High is in control. So all this technology you see that NASA develops and all these agencies around the world, whether it's from Elam, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Ham, Edom, it's all from the Lord, man. And when you understand what the Wright brothers are trying to do, was a major, major, major development in the history of Esau's rulership. And all that was just to allow him to get to the heavens so he could set up his nest on high. And that's why we have to read the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 16. Yeah, it introduces you to what the will of the Lord is concerning Edom, right? Concerning the power of Esau. So it says, some of verse 15, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. So Esau's rulership is about to be demolished and abolished by the Lord and he'll be a nobody, in the kingdom, in the world to come, in the rulership to come, in the age to come, which is just seconds away. He's just going to be a nobody, and his judgment is already set for him. That's why they're in a rush to push all types of agenda upon the minds of the people. Verse 16, Jeremiah 49, verse 16, thy terribleness had deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, said Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kadash. Yeah, so you just have to trust that the Lord will do his will, will do what he has set to do. That is to eliminate the power structure of Esau. Alright, so Esau's has been to the heavens. He's got his satellites up there, and the Lord's about to shut that down, man. He's about to shut down Esau's space program and all that. His so-called Star Wars program. The Lord is about to decommission that and send every, how you say it, send it back crashing to Earth. Pulverize everything out there, turn it into dust. Yeah, because the Lord is about to bring a major vibe of renovation upon the face of the earth. So he has to get rid of the cancer, which is the so-called elite. He has to dispossess them of their rulership, their power, their wealth, and their control over the people's minds. And the simple fact to always remember is that the Lord was the one who gave the people into the hands of Esau. That's why Job 9:24 says the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Alright, who did that? The Lord allowed that to take place. And the book of Obadiah also touches on this point. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kadash. So that's a certainty, that would take place. And fearing the Lord is not a joke, man. We have to take it seriously. And wow, if you're alive in the time, you see the Lord tearing down Esau's rulership. Oh my God, yeah, you're truly blessed. Especially those of the elect. That's a sight to behold. All right. So, final precept will be from the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 6. And it reads, let me see. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 16. Alright. So here's what it says. It says, and hardly do we guess aright the things that are upon the earth. Alright. because there's so much the Lord has put upon the face of the earth that people keep discovering new things. The scientists keep finding new things, you know, new things, new minerals, new types of gems. All right, different qualities of water, new creatures and all that, new plants. So the Lord is not a stagnant power. He's always making things be in motion. All right, he's a living power. All right. So and with labor, do we find the things that are before us? All the so-called historians and archaeologists and sociologists and how you say anthropologists, sociologists, and archaeologists. They're always interested about history. Interaction between cultures. Interactions between people and the decisions they make and all that. See how it all affects each other. You know, and hey, it's a struggle. Okay. Then it says, but the things that are in heaven, who had searched out? Yeah, and that's what Esau's trying to do. It's always coming up with certain programs. To look into the stars, trying to see as far back as his so-called 13.5 billion years ago. I'm like, how's that possible? We use a telescope to look into the past. But he's trying to look as far as he can. But hey, the Most High set his bound. His bounds that he cannot pass. All right. So that's the point that Akim Abaratazar. You understand that your so-called satellite system, is something to always keep in mind that Esau has, spent so much resource on, to be in power, right? And to know that his satellite systems and the Star Wars systems, are things that he values dearly. Those are his treasures, his treasures, and they can be controlled, from the so-called communication, how you say it, communication centers that they have all over the world, you know. That's his idea. So those so-called satellites are basically drones, man. You know, basically drones that they want to control at all times. They will have to monitor the temperature of certain instruments, you know, the positioning and all that stuff. So it's very, very important. You look into the history of drones and you understand the value of the Most High's, of the Most High's word. And you can see what he's he's been able to do. Turning the minds of these scientists, to look into activities upon the faces of the earth. What's going on with the so-called volcanoes, the weather patterns and all that stuff. All that, can be done with drones and satellites. So that's the point that Akim Abaratazar, the Messiah continue to keep us sharp in these last days and times. Shalom.